Hi, I'm Paris, and I'm about to put my garden in. Now, I did some soil testing with this rapid test, which told me my soil was low in nitrogen. And I looked up what's the best source of nitrogen that I can add to the soil, and I was told dried blood, which sort of surprised me. I hadn't heard of that before. Turns out it's usually called blood meal, and sure enough, they had it at the gardening center. This is Job's Organics blood meal, and a 3-pound bag goes for about $8. You can find out more about it at the link down below this video. I'm going to be adding this to the soil where I'm planting my sweet potatoes. They like nitrogen and they like an acidic soil. This will raise the acidity of your soil. It's not to be used where you're growing beans or legumes. Now I'm going to be planting soybeans also, so I won't be using any in that soil. I'm putting my garden in today, so I'll be adding this to the soil shortly. I'll show you that, but I thought you might want to see what blood meal, dried blood, looks like. I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm thinking it's probably from cows. When they're slaughtered, they get it from the slaughterhouse, but let's see. Doesn't smell great. One thing that concerned me, I read in the instructions on this, is that it may attract animals such as dogs to your yard. Hoping it won't bring any extra squirrels in. I'm going to grab some out here and we'll see what it looks like. It's more black than red. I would say it's sort of like a combination of iron filings and dirt. It's very fine and definitely has a strong smell. I just washed my hands. I was sort of thinking that when I rehydrated it by getting it wet, it might turn to look like red blood and fill the sink. But no, it just looked like dirt that I was washing off my hands. But the smell now in this room, it's this kind of cloying metallic smell. Anyhow, it's not supposed to be an air freshener. It's for outdoor use. Just knowing that it's blood, though, makes the smell and the touch of it a little... And now for the blood meal. Don't want to use too much of this because the nitrogen can burn the roots if it's over concentrated. Don't do it on a windy day. A lot of it seems to blow with the slightest breeze. I think I've inhaled beef. I don't know if that affects my vegetarian status. And to show I actually do own a farming implement, I'm going to use my hoe to mix that into the soil. Shovel the soil back in, put a little bit more sand, going to put a little bit more blood meal. We'll rake and hoe that in. Here are the sweet potato planted 4 or 5 days ago now. Most of them are coming in pretty well. And 6 weeks later, here's that same bed of sweet potato plants. They're about halfway through being ready to harvest. What they're due for is a mid-season feeding, so I'm going to mix up the rest of my blood meal with some soil and then put it along the roots of the plants, making sure not to get it on the leaves or the plants themselves. And then thoroughly water it in. So 6 to 8 more weeks till harvest time. Be sure and click subscribe below if you'd like to see how the harvest turns out and how will the blood meal help to get me a good yield. And I'll see you on the next review.